Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm actually really excited for this video because I'm going to be swapping my screen time for reading time. So lately I've noticed I'm on my phone way too much. Like, I'll wonder if I was on my phone as much as I read, or if I read as much as I was on my phone, I would get so many books done. Like, it's insane. I was looking at my screen time. What am I doing? I'm just scrolling on Instagram for on and on. I need to stop. So I decided that for this week, I'm gonna replace the time that I spent on socials and everything like that with the time that I read. So I looked on my screen time app and I subtracted the minutes on messages and I have things that I have to do for school on my phone. And so I subtracted all of those hours down because, for example, today on Monday, it's the day where I had to use my phone the most for school. And so my screen time was 6 hours. And I was like, I can't read for 6 hours in one day just because I'm gonna get burnt out. But I subtracted I think 3 hours because I used those 3 hours on my phone for school. And so today our reading time is 3 hours and 28 minutes. So basically the time that I'm reading is just the time on socials, podcasts time, which isn't as time, but I want it to be as accurate as possible. So yeah, as I said before, today's time is 3 hours and 28 minutes. And I actually already read a little bit on my walk. So I downloaded the audiobook of The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. This is what it looks like. And I am actually currently reading Daisy Hates, but I don't have the audiobook for that. And so I was like, oh, I might as well just get some reading time done. Even if I don't have the audiobook of the book I'm reading right now, I'll just download a new one. And so I looked on Libby at what was available now, and The Rom-Commers was there, and it's been on my TBR for a little bit. So I was like, might as well get it done. And so I walked for 50 minutes, so I can already subtract 50 minutes from my reading time, which is a big success. And I'm 18% through The Rom-Commers already, and I love it. It's so cute. The main character is so funny. We haven't even gotten to the romance part yet, but I'm so into it. She's so funny. Her internal dialogue is so relatable. It's just I laughed out loud multiple times on my walk. The people walking past probably thought I was crazy, but I was just smiling, just walking. It was so good. I just love her. So that I'm really enjoying that. It's making me want to do more stuff around the house so I can listen to it more, which is actually really nice because today I have to clean my room and I have to clean my bathroom. I have to change my sheets. I have to do dishes. And so I was like, might as well continue the audiobook and just get more reading time done. And also I get to continue the book that I'm listening to. So I'm really excited for that. So that's probably what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to put on the audiobook. I'm going to clean my room, clean the bathroom, do all the stuff I need to do, and I'm able to read a book while I'm doing it, which is so fun. So let's go. A little bit of an update. So I just finished doing all the cleaning stuff that I was talking about. So we have 2 hours, 12 minutes, 12 seconds left. And so what I'm gonna do is I really want to work on my puzzle. So I bought a puzzle not too long ago. It's a really cute flower portrait design. I'll show you guys downstairs, but it's super cute. And so I think I want to work on that, and I'm gonna put on the audiobook while I'm working on that. And then when I'm kind of over that, I have Daisy Hates. I have Daisy Hates that I'm gonna pick up and just read, and then I also have that on my Kindle. So if you guys see me reading on my Kindle, I'm reading Daisy Hates. Anyways, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna listen to my audiobook, work on my puzzle for the rest of the day, and hopefully get these 2 hours and 12 minutes done. next day and I wanted to recap how yesterday went. So I successfully completed the 3 hours and 28 minutes. It was a lot due to the audiobook that I did during my puzzle. I got so much done on my puzzle because I was so into my audiobook. And you guys, I actually finished the book. So I finished the book in one day. I listened to audiobooks on like 3 times speed, which is why I was able to finish it in one day. But it was so good. I finished The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. It was so cute. I gave it a 4 stars. I just loved, like, first of all, our female main character is so funny. Like, she's so funny. I literally laughed out loud multiple times. I was like walking around my neighborhood, I was doing my puzzle, and I just like chuckled out loud. So that happened. If that doesn't tell you how funny it was really funny. And I loved the guinea pig. If you guys read it, you guys will get it. But the guinea pig was so funny. And just like the overall dynamic, like, even though it was kind of in one setting the whole book, I didn't find it boring. Like, I just, like, it was super fast paced. Maybe it's because I listened to it on audiobook, but it didn't really bother me that I was in the same setting the whole time. And just overall, like, their dialogue was really bantery, and it's like, it's 2 writers, right? And so they kind of bond over the fact that they both loved writing and fiction and things like that. So that was also really cute. And at the end, it gave like a really like good life lesson. It talks about like how happily ever afters, they're not like always happily ever after, but you choose to make it a happily ever after. So there are gonna things that are gonna go wrong, but it's your choice to make it a happily ever after. So that's not a spoiler. That's just kind of like one of the lessons that I really, really liked. And it's just overall just talks about love in such a sweet way, and like the way that our female main character just loves her family and loves her sister, and it's so beautiful. And there are so many really good lessons in it, but it was also like fun, cutesy, giggly vibes. So that's like the best combination. So yeah, I finished that last night, 4 stars, so good. And I also read a little bit of Daisy Hates last night, but I was way over the timer. I listened to the audiobook that was like 12 hours long and at 3 times speed, so it was 4 hours of listening. And so I definitely went over, but I still read some of Daisy Hates. So I read for about like 4 hours, 30 minutes yesterday, which is kind of crazy, kind of a record for me, but that was really fun. And then today, the time that I have to read for is 1 hour and 50 minutes. So I already read for 27 minutes because hey, we're being specific here. But I read for 27 minutes, like right when I woke up this morning in bed. I picked up my Kindle and I continued reading Daisy Hates. And so now I'm about like 12% in, so not very into it. But I'm really liking it so far. It's really entertaining, really fast paced. I'm trying not to compare it to Magnolia Parks because it's different characters, but it is the same universe. But I really like it so far. I'm reading it a lot faster than I read Magnolia Parks for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's like supposed to be that way because we're following a different character. I don't know. I really like it so far. So I'm probably gonna keep reading this. I also have to find an audiobook because I'm about to go on a walk and I finished the audiobook yesterday. So I'm gonna go look if I can like find any audiobooks on Libby that are available right now for any physical books that I have on my TBR. So I'm gonna go do that really quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so I was looking on Libby and I found that the audiobook for Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson is available right now. This is like a young adult thriller. I think we're following an academy in Vermont and someone dies and a true crime aficionado is beginning her first year at the academy and she really wants to solve this cold case. So it seems really interesting and I'm really excited to get to it actually. Hopefully I can also get more of my puzzle done as I'm listening to this. I don't know why I'm so into my puzzle, you guys. Like, I'm having so much fun. I'm a grandma. Anyways, I'm gonna go on my walk and listen to this and then I'll probably get home, continue the timer, start reading or continue reading Daisy Hates, and we'll see how far we can get into it. into the timer with what we have. So I'm back from my walk, and on my walk I realized that I didn't give you guys any of the descriptions of any of the books that I'm reading, so I thought I would do that now. So we can start with the book that I already finished, so The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. This is what the cover looks like. And so basically we're following this guy we're following a girl, but basically it starts out with this guy. He's a really, really famous screenwriter, and his name is Charlie, and he's extremely well known. He's really successful. He writes these like big fancy fantasy novel or screenwrites to become movies. And then we don't know why yet, but he writes a rom-com out of nowhere, and it's horrendous. It's so bad. And people don't believe that he wrote this because it's so bad, and yet he was this extremely successful screenwriter. So how can he write something that's that bad? And so then the girl that we're following, Emma, gets called up, and she's an amateur screenwriter who is trying to kickstart her career. She wants to start writing more books, and her manager is actually her old best friend, and he also works with Charlie. And so he's like, hey, like, can you come work with Charlie? Like, he wrote a terrible book or screenwrite, and he needs your help because you write romance. And so she's like, oh my gosh, I get to work with this famous screenwriter Charlie. So then she goes all the way there, and Charlie has no idea that she came to help him, and he does not want her help because, you know, he's this famous screenwriter, and he's like, I'm not going to take help from an amateur. And so then they argue and things like that, and then it just moves forward from there, and they start working on the book together. I'm not going to tell you guys all the details because then that ruins the fun, but it was so good. It was so sweet. Like, the banter between these characters is phenomenal. Like, they have such good chemistry. You can feel it on the page. And I think the one thing that I didn't love, but it's really not a big deal, is that near the end, Charlie kind of sucked at communication. And that's just like my worst trope. The communication trope is just and I wouldn't even say it's miscommunication trope. It just, he didn't communicate enough when he could have. And so that was just one thing that kind of irked me. But that was literally the only thing. It was so good. Loved it. 4 stars. And then the book that I'm listening on audio right now is Truly Devious. So Truly Devious is basically, it's at Ellingham Academy, and it's a boarding school, and I love myself a good boarding school setting. And we're following this girl named Stevie, and Stevie is really good at like solving crimes. Like, she has a phenomenal talent for just noticing like patterns of behaviors, and like seeing this person's really good at this, and like they notice what she notices, like the shoes they're wearing, and she's like, oh, they were just in the forest or stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? She's really good at noticing details, and that's what makes her really good at solving crimes. And so she goes to this boarding school, and this boarding school is known because there have been a lot of murders there, and it's a boarding school for extremely talented kids. And so it's not all just kids that are talented at crime solving. There are engineers and writers and things like that, but it's just really talented kids. And she finds out about all of these murders, and she researches about them, and you could just kind of see her trying to solve a cold case that happened long before. And something that's really cool is that there's a past and present timeline. So there's a past timeline where the crime happened, so we get like the narrative of the crime happening that she's trying to solve, and we also get her narrative of her solving the crime, and also like making friends at the boarding school and going to classes and setting up her room. So it's all like the fun little boarding school details, but then we also get this past timeline of this crime, and also Stevie trying to solve the crime. And so it's really, really interesting. It's really fun to follow. I'm already 25% through, and I'm loving it. Like, I'm flying through this with the audiobook. It's so easy to follow. The writing is really fast paced, and yeah, I just love her writing. It's easy to read and to listen to, because some books are just a little bit harder to listen to, but this was a really good one to start listening to. And then the book that I'm reading on my Kindle / paperback is Daisy Hates, and this is the second book in the Magnolia Parks universe, where we're following a bunch of kids in London, and it's basically like a reality TV show. It's a bunch of drama and a bunch of like crazy stuff happening, and like this girl's dating him, but then she cheats on him, and then blah, blah, blah. And it's like, if this isn't, that's not the actual narrative, but like, you know what I mean? It's like reality TV show. It's so entertaining. It's also, the writing is so lyrical. Like, I almost want to underline literally everything. Like, if I look at my copy of Magnolia Parks, it's gonna be completely underlined, like at least one underline a page, and that tells you a lot. But it's so good. I'm already loving Daisy Hate so far. I'm reading it a bit faster, like I was talking about earlier, but I'm loving it. And so yeah, that was my little rant. Now I'm gonna go do some more reading. I might catch up on some work and emails and school stuff, but so far so good. Oh yeah, and time-wise, I walked for an hour and I read for 30 minutes this morning. And so I have an hour and 30 minutes done already, and today's time was an hour and 50 minutes, so I have 20 minutes left. So we're doing really good today, but I'm probably just gonna read more than 20 minutes just because I'm really enjoying my puzzle, as I was talking about, and Truly Devious and Daisy Hates. So let's get it. Update time. So crazy thing happened. I finished Truly Devious. I finished it. Started it this morning, finished it today. I don't know what is happening with me, but I am on my audiobook grind, you guys. I think it's because of the puzzle, because as you guys saw in the last clip, I'm grinding the puzzle. I'm doing my cute little flowers and like put all the pieces together. Ugh, I love it. And so because I'm loving it, I'm just like, I have an audiobook in my ears and I'm just grinding, and I'm like focusing on the audiobook helps me focus on the puzzle. So I'm getting all the plot points. Like nothing is going past me. I'm understanding everything, and it's so nice. Now to talk about how I felt about this book, I gave it a 3.5 stars. It was really cute. It was a really fun YA mystery. Honestly, I really recommend it. I loved it. It went by like really, really fast. Like I know I listened to it in one day, but even if I had read it over the course of like, oh, I forgot to remove the bookmark, but even if I had read it over the course of like a couple days, it would have gone by really fast. Especially if I had read it on paper, it would have gone by the same way. I really like this. I thought it was really fun. It was really just like, it was fun. I liked her main character. I liked the way that she thought. Her thoughts were really interesting to read about and to learn about. Just like the way she processes things. And then all the characters, they all kind of added to the story, and it was really cool. So we solved a little mystery in this one. And I think the big mystery that happened in like 1936, in 1936, the big mystery is going to be solved over the course of the 3-book series, but it's going to be like tiny mysteries in each book, and then the big mystery is solved over the series. So that the big one, we're left on a big cliffhanger, but she solves one of the smaller mysteries, which I thought was really fun, and it makes you want to pick up the next book, which is smart of Maureen Johnson to do. But yeah, overall I really like this. It was nothing like phenomenal. I would recommend it, like nothing bad about it, but it was like, I'm most likely like not gonna think about this for like in 2 weeks. You know, it was a fun read. I'm glad I got to read it, and I'm excited to continue the series. Speaking of continuing the series, I didn't want to stop doing my puzzle, so I immediately went on Libby and saw if the second book, that is called The Wishing Star, is available on audiobook, and it in fact was, and so I downloaded it immediately, and I'm already 12% through. Because I don't think you guys understand how much I've been doing my puzzle. It's so bad. I think it's the hyperfixation. But yeah, I've already started this one. Already really liking it. It goes right back in from the ending of this one back to here. This one's a bit shorter than the first one, so maybe I'll get it done even faster. But I'm really liking it. It's really fun. We're again following the big mystery, and I'm guessing there's gonna be another small mystery popping up, but we're still following the same girl. I can't talk about where we are just because that would spoil it, but love Stevie. She slays. So I'm excited to continue this. That's really fun. And then as you guys also saw, I was continuing my Daisy Hates reading, but that's like going by. It's going by. I'm taking my time just because I really don't want to miss the good parts of this book. And like I'm underlining, I'm highlighting. I'm like highlighting on my Kindle, and then I'm going back to the physical book so I can highlight it physically. But I'm loving it, so that's really fun. It's like it's my like before bed and waking up book, and then whenever I want to sit down on the couch and actually read something, I'll pick this up. But I have something exciting that came in the mail today. I ordered a mini mic for my reels and my shorts. And so I'm gonna unpack it and try it out right now and see if it works. So let's do this. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. I'm so excited. There's the little fluff. Guys, I'm actually so excited for this. I'm gonna go crazy with the mini mic. Oh, and they give like the non-fluff one option too. Okay. They have the little clip-ons. I don't know why I'm so excited about this. I need to chill. Okay, so we're gonna test it out right now. This is the audio before. Ready? 3, 2, 1. This is the audio with my mini mic. I don't know why I'm so excited about this, but I'm so excited about this. My reels are gonna pop off. Dude, in my shorts. I'm so excited. Yay! Okay, now that I'm gonna go clean all of this up. But just to finish today's section of the video, I successfully read for an hour and 50 minutes and more. So yay for that. And I'm probably most likely gonna read more. Honestly, I might read this on paper. I might continue Daisy Hate. We'll just see. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next day of the challenge. Little update. So we have been doing a little bit of reading. I haven't actually done too much reading today because I've been pretty busy, as you guys saw, but I did go on a walk and I saw one of the little like libraries thingy, the free little libraries, and so I kind of looked at the books in there. I didn't take any just because I didn't bring any books to put back in, but I might go back and see if they have anything interesting. But it was really cute and that was a fun part of my walk. But yeah, so on my walk, I listened to my audiobook for like 42-ish minutes. And today's time is 3 hours and 2 minutes. So I haven't done any reading other than the audiobook on my walk yet. So I have like 2 hours and 20 minutes left. So hopefully that's doable. I'm going to put that timer on my iPad right now just so I have it there and I can press play whenever I'm doing stuff. And I also wanted to give you guys a little update on The Vanishing Stair. I'm really liking it. I think I'm liking it better than the first book so far, which is, I usually don't like middle books because this is a trilogy. And so usually the middle book is like, people call it the filler book or things like that, the middle book of a trilogy. But actually, I'm really liking it. I'm liking it better than the first book, which I already said that. But I wanted to say, I took some notes about the things that I liked just so I wouldn't forget to talk about it. But I really, really like Nate and Janelle. They almost give like found family vibes. Like Nate, Janelle, and Stevie just give like the best like 3 friend group vibes. It's so cute. I love them. They almost give me like Hermione and Ron and Harry vibes. Like the way that they all just kind of work together. Like they're all so different than those 3 characters, but the vibes of like, you know, the friend group, they lean on each other, they're funny, they bounce off of each other, they banter. It's really cute. I really like it. And I was gonna say Nate and Stevie have the best dynamic. It's so funny because they're both like very introverted and they both like to mind their business, and so it's funny to see them interact. Like because they're both so private introverted, they work so well and they bounce off of each other. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go isolate myself in a corner, and then he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go isolate myself in the opposite corner just so we can both be isolated. So it's really funny. And then another thing that I like about this is that we're still getting the past and present perspective, but the past perspective now is a different, like, it's a different POV. And so we're going through the same story as we did before, but it's a completely different point of view of the murder that happened in 1936. I think it's 1936, but it's a completely different point of view of what happened that night. And so we can almost learn more about the murder through that point of view because we have the point of view of the first book. And then now we have the point of view of what we have right here. And I'm guessing we're going to get a third point of view in the third book just so we can finally have closure on that murder that Steve is still trying to solve. And the other thing that I really like about this book is that as Stevie is researching these murders and these mysteries, instead of the author just telling us what she's finding out and just telling us the research, she's actually making us part of the research. So she's telling us what Stevie is finding, the things that have to do with it and the things that don't. And so then we're also part of it, like trying to decide what's important, what's not. It's really interesting just seeing, like, it's almost like we're researching with her and she's not just telling us what happened and what she got out of her research, which I really, really like because it almost makes you feel like you're even more part of that story. And it just makes you more intrigued even. So yeah, I'm really, really liking that. Y'all, I just finished The Vanishing Stare. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I'm gonna need a second to process this. I still have my AirPods in because I was listening to the audiobook and I'm just like, the ending is insane. Oh my gosh. So, I've had some time to process everything and wow. That was a roller coaster. I genuinely was not expecting that ending and I'm hooked. Like I'm genuinely about to start the third book like right now. Because what do you mean? What do you mean by that? So this was a 4 stars. I liked it. It's a lot better than the first book for some reason, which usually never happens with me in a trilogy. So yay. Maureen Johnson, you've outdone yourself. That was fabulous. Highly recommend. Honestly, this is just like a really good YA romance. Like if you're looking for an extremely fast-paced YA romance, pick this up because if you like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and those types of books, then I think you're gonna like this because it gives the same vibes. It gives the same vibes of a girl solving a crime and she's really good at noticing things and she picks up evidence, she researches. So if you like that, you'll like this, that's for sure. It's really cute found family, and the ending is crazy, like genuinely insane. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that. Um, I think I'm gonna end this vlog here. Thank you guys so much for coming along for a couple days of me trying to exchange my screen time for reading time. I've did the 3 days successfully. mostly because of my audiobook and also this series. Like this series carried me through this challenge because I was hooked and I couldn't stop reading, so I even excelled the time that was set for that day. So, yeah, highly recommend. Thank you guys so much for watching and for hanging in there as I absolutely yapped away about these books. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!